All right, so are you ready to dive into some seriously cool tech today?
Always ready.
Awesome. Because we're talking AI, virtual reality, and the future of jobs in Europe.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, we're unpacking some insights from EON Reality, the world leader in AI-powered virtual and augmented reality for education and industry. And they're doing some pretty innovative things to tackle Europe's looming job crisis. You won't believe how effective it is.
It's pretty fascinating stuff.
So it is a pretty urgent situation. We're looking at a potential 45% of European jobs at risk from automation in the next few years. But EON Reality's approach is giving me a lot of hope.
Yeah.
So walk me through this. What's the core issue EON Reality is trying to solve?
Well, the biggest challenge is a massive digital skills gap across Europe.
Yeah.
Traditional education systems just aren't keeping up with the rapid changes in technology and job markets. And this gap is especially pronounced in Southern and Eastern Europe, which further exacerbates existing economic disparities. EON Reality is trying to bridge that gap with a revolutionary approach to learning.
It's interesting. I know they're big on spatial AI and XR, but I'm still a bit fuzzy on how those actually work. Can you give me like a quick explanation like I'm 5?
Sure. Imagine taking all those boring textbook concepts and transforming them into interactive experiences in virtual reality.
Okay.
That's the magic of spatial AI.
So you can learn by doing rather than just reading or listening passively.
Yeah.
So instead of just reading about how a car engine works,
Yeah,
you could actually take one apart and put it back together virtually.
exactly.
Okay.
And the XR part is where augmented reality comes in. Imagine overlaying digital information onto the real world, like seeing step-by-step instructions on how to fix a piece of machinery while you're actually looking at it.
Wow. That's so much more engaging than my old textbook, that's for sure.
Right.
Yeah. But how does this actually translate into helping people get jobs?
So EON Reality has developed these incredible real-world simulations. You can learn to operate complex machinery, practice delicate interpersonal skills for a customer service role, or even perform surgery, all within a safe virtual environment.
Well, on surgery and VR, that sounds pretty intense.
It is, and it's incredibly effective. Not only does it reduce risks and costs associated with real-world training, but it also allows for personalized learning paths tailored to individual needs and progress.
Okay.
That's huge for addressing the diverse languages and learning styles across Europe.
So it's like having a personal tutor guiding you through these immersive experiences.
Precisely.
Oh.
And the coolest part, EON Reality has created these virtual equipment libraries, giving everyone access to the latest tools and infrastructure no matter where they are in Europe. It's all about democratizing access to cutting-edge training.
Okay. I'm starting to see why people are so excited about this.
Hmm.
But has EON Reality actually tested this out? Do they have proof that this approach really works?
They've been running pilot programs in Germany, Estonia, and some Nordic countries, and the results have been astonishing. Learners are picking up skills 4 times faster, they feel 275% more confident, and they're nearly 4 times more engaged compared to traditional learning methods.
Wait, 4 times faster. Are we talking about any skill or are there limitations? I mean, what about people who aren't particularly tech savvy? Will they be left behind?
That's a great question, and it's something EON Reality is actively addressing. While the initial focus has been on more technical skills, the platform is designed to be adaptable to a wide range of subjects and learning styles. They're working on making the technology as user-friendly as possible so that anyone, regardless of their tech background, can benefit from these immersive learning experiences.
That's reassuring to hear. This AI-powered approach to learning seems to have huge potential. But what's EON Reality's plan to actually roll this out across Europe? Is this just a small pilot project, or are they aiming for something bigger?
They have a 3-phase roadmap that's incredibly ambitious. The first phase, happening right now through 2028, involves launching pilot programs in specific industries and regions to quickly demonstrate the impact of this technology.
Okay, so they're starting small and proving the concept before scaling up.
Exactly.
That's smart. What about the next phases? What's the long-term vision here?
The second phase focuses on scaling integration from 2028 to 2033, with the goal of seeing widespread adoption across various industries. EON Reality wants to prepare people for a future where humans and AI will be working side by side, complementing each other's strengths.
That makes sense. So it's not about replacing humans with robots. It's about using technology to enhance our abilities and create new opportunities.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the final phase, starting in 2033 and continuing beyond, aims for full integration. Imagine spatial AI woven into the fabric of education and work, transforming how we learn and collaborate. EON Reality believes this will position Europe as a global leader in the tech landscape.
Wow. That's a bold vision. But this all raises a big question for me. Is Europe ready for this? Are governments, businesses, and individuals prepared to embrace this kind of radical shift in how we learn and work?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? There will undoubtedly be challenges and resistance along the way, but the potential benefits are too significant to ignore. EON Reality is betting that Europe will rise to the occasion and seize this opportunity to reshape its future.
That's a pretty compelling argument. But I'm curious, what do you think are the biggest hurdles EON Reality will face in achieving this vision? Is it about funding technology or something else entirely?
I think one of the biggest challenges will be overcoming skepticism and resistance to change. People are naturally wary of new technologies, especially when it comes to something as fundamental as education and work.
That makes sense. It's a big leap to go from traditional classrooms and textbooks to immersive virtual reality experiences. But I'm curious, how does EON Reality plan to address those concerns and convince people that this is the right path forward?
That's where those pilot programs become crucial. Seeing is believing, as they say. By showcasing the tangible benefits of spatial AI and XR in real-world settings, EON Reality hopes to build trust and demonstrate the transformative power of this technology. They're also emphasizing the alignment of this initiative with core European values like data privacy and ethical AI use, which is reassuring for many people.
So it's not just about the technology itself, it's about how it's implemented and the values it upholds.
Absolutely. It's about building a future where technology empowers individuals and creates a more equitable and prosperous society.
It sounds like EON Reality is taking a very thoughtful and strategic approach, which is encouraging, but let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Why should the average person listening to this right now care about EON Reality and their mission?
Well, this initiative isn't just about saving jobs. It's about empowering European workers to thrive in the new digital economy. It's about giving people the tools and skills they need to adapt and succeed in a rapidly changing world. Imagine a future where you can access personalized, immersive learning experiences that cater to your unique needs and help you develop the skills you need to succeed regardless of your background or location.
That's a powerful message. It's about using technology to level the playing field and create opportunities for everyone.
Exactly, and it raises a crucial question for all of us. If virtual reality becomes the norm for learning and training, what other aspects of our lives might be transformed by this technology?
Now that's something to ponder. We could see a complete overhaul of traditional education systems with virtual classrooms becoming the standard, or imagine workplaces where collaboration happens seamlessly in virtual environments, regardless of physical location.
The possibilities are truly mind-boggling. We could even see the rise of virtual communities where people from all over the world can connect and interact in ways we can only dream of today. Think about the implications for cultural exchange, global understanding, and even tackling issues like social isolation.
It's like opening a door to a whole new world of human connection and collaboration, all powered by this immersive technology.
And let's not forget the potential impact on accessibility. VR could make education and training available to people who have traditionally been excluded due to physical disabilities, geographic limitations, or socioeconomic barriers.
That's a fantastic point. It could truly democratize access to knowledge and opportunity on a global scale. But with all this talk about virtual worlds and immersive experiences, I have to ask, are we in danger of losing touch with reality? Is there a risk of becoming too reliant on these digital simulations?
That's a valid concern, and it's something we need to be mindful of as this technology evolves. The key is to strike a balance between the virtual and the real, using VR as a tool to enhance our lives rather than replace them. It's about using technology to augment our capabilities, not diminish our humanity.
That's a crucial distinction. It's not about escaping into virtual worlds. It's about using them to better understand and navigate the real one.
Precisely. And as with any powerful tool, it's up to us to use it responsibly and ethically. We need to ensure that VR technology is developed and deployed in a way that benefits all of humanity, not just a select few.
That brings up another interesting point. Who will have access to this technology, and how will it be distributed? Will it be available to everyone, or will it create a new digital divide?
That's a critical question, and it's something policymakers and industry leaders need to address proactively. We need to ensure that access to VR technology is equitable and doesn't exacerbate existing inequalities. EON Reality's emphasis on virtual equipment libraries is a good start, but we need to think even bigger and bolder.
Absolutely. We need to make sure that everyone have the opportunity to benefit from this technological revolution, not just those who can afford it. But let's get back to EON Reality's initiative. Specifically, what are the potential downsides or limitations of their approach? Are there any risks or challenges we haven't considered yet?
One potential challenge is ensuring that the content and curriculum developed for these VR experiences are high quality and aligned with industry needs. We don't want to create a situation where people are learning outdated skills or irrelevant information.
That's a good point. It's not enough to just throw people into a virtual environment. The learning experience itself needs to be well-designed and effective.
Exactly. And another challenge will be measuring the long-term impact of this type of training we need to track how these VR-trained individuals perform in real-world settings and assess whether they are truly equipped for the jobs of the future.
So it's about more than just initial engagement and knowledge retention. It's about demonstrating real-world outcomes and proving that this approach translates into tangible benefits for individuals and employers alike.
Absolutely. And finally, we need to be mindful of the potential for bias and discrimination in these VR experiences. If the algorithms that power these simulations are not developed and trained carefully, they could perpetuate existing societal biases and create unfair disadvantages for certain groups.
That's a crucial consideration we need to ensure, that these technologies are designed and implemented in a way that is inclusive and equitable for everyone. But despite these challenges, it's clear that EON Reality's initiative has the potential to be truly transformative. It's exciting to think about the possibilities and imagine a future where technology empowers us to learn, work, and connect in entirely new ways.
It's a future worth striving for, and EON Reality is leading the charge. They're not just talking about innovation, they're putting it into practice and showing the world what's possible.
And that's what makes this so compelling. It's not just a theoretical concept, it's a real-world solution being implemented right now.
And it's a solution that has the potential to not only address Europe's job crisis, but also reshape the global landscape of education and work.
So for anyone listening who's feeling inspired by EON Reality's vision, where can they go to learn more about this initiative and maybe even get involved?
EON Reality has released a comprehensive white paper and a fascinating presentation that delves into the details of their approach. I highly recommend checking those out if you want to dive deeper into the technical aspects and see how this technology is being applied in different industries.
We'll definitely include links to those resources in the show notes for everyone. But let's wrap up this deep dive with a final thought for our listeners.
If VR truly becomes the norm for learning and training, will traditional education become obsolete? Or will the two coexist? And what are the broader societal implications of a VR-driven world?
That's a great question to ponder. It's a future full of possibilities, and it's up to us to shape it responsibly and ethically.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll be hosting this podcast from our own personalized virtual studios beamed directly into your VR headsets. The future is full of surprises.
That's a wrap for our deep dive into EON Reality and the future of European jobs. We'll see you in the next episode. And until then, keep exploring the exciting world of immersive technology. It really does feel like we're on the cusp of a major shift in how we learn and work. But let's bring it back to you, the listener. Imagine putting on a VR headset, and suddenly you're in a virtual operating room, learning from the best surgeons in the world without ever leaving your home.
Yeah, that's the power of this technology. It's not just acquiring knowledge, it's
Right.
experiencing it. You could be transported to a bustling factory floor, mastering advanced manufacturing processes, or even practicing delicate negotiations in a high-stakes business setting.
It's almost like a superpower, isn't it? Being able to step into any scenario and gain skills that would have been inaccessible before. Are you ready for that kind of immersive learning environment?
I know, I am.
Yeah, and if this becomes the norm, what other aspects of our lives might be transformable? We see virtual classrooms,
Oh, absolutely.
virtual workplaces, even virtual communities, where people from all over the world can connect and collaborate in ways we haven't even imagined.
Yeah, it's
It's a
incredible.
mind-blowing concept, and it raises so many questions. Will traditional education become obsolete? What are the ethical implications of a world increasingly reliant on virtual reality?
I mean, these are questions we'll need to grapple with as this technology evolves.
Of course.
But one thing's for sure, the future is going to be incredibly interesting.
A little bit daunting, perhaps, but if EON Reality's vision is anything to go by, it's a future filled with incredible potential.
Yeah.
If you're as intrigued as we are, definitely check out their white paper and presentation. We'll link to them in the show notes.
Yeah, they offer a fascinating deep dive into the technical details, the potential impact, and the ethical considerations of this technology.
That's it for our deep dive into EON Reality and the future of European jobs. Until next time, keep those VR headsets handy because the future of learning might be closer than you think.